Welcome into Hog Zone. How sweet it is. Tyler Cass joined by Alex Stewart ahead of the Sweet 16 and in front of a Chase Center that looks a little bit busier than yesterday.
Yeah, it's certainly picking up. I mean, we got a Coca-Cola zero sugar tent behind. I might have to go grab one of those later. I mean, the energy, you can feel it. It is electric here. It's almost like we got a big, important game or two coming up.
Yeah, something like that. It's the Sweet 16, Arkansas and Texas Tech, and we've been hanging out in San Francisco for a couple days now. A lot of Razorback logos around.
A lot of Razorback logos, a lot of fans. We were down at Pier 39 earlier today checking out the Sea Lions. We learned a very important distinction there.
They're not seals.
Not seals, external ear flaps. That's the difference if you needed to know. Got some clam chowder, but as we were sitting there eating, getting probably a little too full for 11 a.m. in the morning, we saw probably double-digit Razorback fans walking around. As always, they have traveled well.
Certainly more well-represented, I think, than the other fan bases, at least out and about. Obviously, a lot of Florida blue right now. The first game of the day here is Florida versus Maryland. The winner of that game awaits the winner of Arkansas and Texas Tech in the Elite Eight. But of course, first, it's the Sweet 16. Razorbacks and Red Raiders tip-off set for 9:09 p.m. tonight Central Time.
It's ridiculous. Can we get that down a little bit? I mean, I get that they have to play where they're slated, but come on, 9:09? That's getting past my bedtime back there.
All I know for sure is we'll have highlights sometime tomorrow morning, hopefully from a Razorback win. In fact, earlier today, I was able to catch up with Locked on Razorbacks podcast host John Nabors to get his opinion on the matter. And we're joined now by Locked on Razorbacks podcast host John Nabors. John, thanks for being out here. You went East Coast, now you're West Coast. I mean, just what's this journey been like for the Hogs and you?
I don't know what time it is. I will never know what time it is. Going through 4 different time zones in 2 weeks is a lot, but hey, it's all worth it with the Hogs and back in the Sweet 16 and back in San Francisco. It's been awesome.
Out at practice yesterday, getting to see what you could see. Just what are the vibes like surrounding this team?
The vibes have been high the entire time. I mean, obviously you know that once you get to the Sweet 16, it gets a little bit more serious, a little bit more important, but the confidence and swagger of this team has to be an all-time high. I know we didn't get to talk to a lot of the players during the season, but at least right now, they've been consistent, they're fired up, they're going to be aggressive, and I think after getting to this point in the Sweet 16, they have that confidence like, hey, this isn't just we're bad luck or we got some curses or anything. They feel like they can win it all. They truly do, and that's what you want to see from a team that might get one of their best players back. We'll see if he plays but yeah, you feel good right now.
So we'll go right there. The Adu Thiero of it all. Obviously practiced 2 days ago, not yesterday. What's the best case scenario in your mind?
Well, the best case scenario would maybe be something similar to what Boogie Flan did when he came back. You get something to the extent of 15, 20 minutes out of them, and they're effective and efficient. You don't need them to go out there and score 20 points. It'd be great, but you don't need them to do that. You just need them to be the Adu Thiero we remember from a little over a month ago. A guy that can go out and get you 15 to 18 points. A guy that can go out and get you between 6 to 9 rebounds. A guy that is an enforcer, a big muscle guy that can guard big but also guard small. You just need that jack of all trades player, and if he can do that against Texas Tech, that's going to be good enough for me. That's going to be good enough to win the game, but you also want to make sure that there's not dusting off any cobwebs, picking up right where he left off.
All right, Texas Tech, the 3 seed, obviously. Third game in a row where Arkansas, the de facto underdog. Feels like a mentality they like at this point, though.
Yeah, they have to embrace it. I mean, they've been an underdog pretty much ever since they started losing games in the SEC. Everyone said, hey, this team's no good. Cal's no good. He's cooked. He can't coach anymore. That's no longer the case. You're in the Sweet 16, which is what a lot of people felt like you needed to be a successful season. They're back into it. And so now they've embraced it. It's us against the world mentality. And that's the way, honestly, Arkansas sports needs to be, because it truly is us against the world, it always seems like. So keep feeding that mentality, keep picking against them, because it seems like that's what makes them successful.
All right, real quick, you know what time it is. Prediction, Arkansas, Texas Tech, what happens?
Of course Arkansas wins this game. They win, I say, by a final score of 83 to 78. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think offensively you're going to have both teams going after it, making threes, making some shots, but at the end of the day, I think Arkansas makes enough plays down the stretch. They get the dub, they move on to the Elite Eight, right where they belong.
Thank you so much, John. Of course, tip-off for this one coming your way in a few hours, 9:09 Central Time in the Chase Center behind us.